Konnichiwa, hello, and welcome once again to the Yoyogi National Stadium here in Tokyo, Japan. It's just gone 1 p.m. local time here. It's the first women's semi-final between China and Singapore. And being announced into the arena, it's the team from Singapore first up. I'm Johnny Cowan, delighted to be covering this match with you this afternoon. And delighted to be joined by Adam Bobrow. Hi, Adam.
Hello, Konnichiwa, Johnny. Exciting to be here. All the focus on the main table and an exciting rematch here. Great moment in history, as you recall, in 2010. This should be a very exciting matchup.
Being used here in the arena since the setup changed from 9 tables in here in the main arena down to 4. Using 2 yesterday, now we're down to 1. It's semi-final day. We've already had the first match today. That was the first semi-final in the men's team. China simply too strong for Chinese Taipei. This is the second match up today. As I said, the first semi-final in the women's. And now, Tianwei from Singapore coming in. And I think that will complete the lineup for Singapore. And as the LED string suggests, coming up and coming out indeed of the tunnel, it's Coach Kong Lingwei. Multi-time winner, of course, on the World Championship scene, Kong Lingwei. And now the players for the mighty Chinese team here, fielding the number 1, 2, 3 in the world. And you just have to keep going down the list because it was down 4 and 5 as well. Top 5 players on that list, incredible.
And right there we see Chungman. Chungman, number 4 in the world, as you said, Johnny. They've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and not only that, but number 1. Not a bad lineup to bring to any team's competition. And Li Xiaosha, the Olympic champion, winning 4-1 over her teammate, who was world ranked number 1 at the time, Ding Ning.
World rank number 2 there, Adam Ding Ning, very popular on the world circuit. Her smiley face and her demeanour, always a great delight for the fans to see. And the world number 1. Liu Shiwen. And the umpires also announced to the fans here. So there's the lineup, the 2 teams, the first semi-final of the Women's Team Championship here. Singapore against China. Adam and I are here ready and waiting for your comments, your observations and your questions. Get in touch by using the Twitter handle @ITTF World and use the hashtag #TTokyo2014. Send us your questions, give us your thoughts. We'll be delighted to give you a shout out here from the semi-final as we await the first two players to come into the court, ready to do battle. Of course, Singapore was the team, Adam, that shocked China in this event 4 years ago in Moscow. Shocked the world of table tennis when they defeated China.
Definitely one of the greatest upsets in modern table tennis history. A big lesson learned for the Chinese players, as you mentioned, Liu Shiwen, and also, was it Ding Ning who was put on that team that had the loss for China?
And it was a great forward thought process by the coach, because actually those two players you mentioned were very, very young at the time. And of course, the pressure of continuing to win gold medals. And it was a bold decision by the coach. Went through that match defeat. However, you could arguably say that it was the best thing that he did, because they've been phenomenal ever since. They've been at the top of the world ranking list and won many, many events since then. And in fact, only 2 years ago in the World Team Table Tennis Championships in Dortmund in Germany, China much too strong. Ding Ning, Li Xiaoxia, Go Yue on that occasion, beating Singapore 3-0. In fact, a long time ago, but these two teams also contested the 2008 Olympic final in Beijing. And would you believe it, that player there on screen in the red is the only remaining player from that lineup in 2008 who still stands on the team sheet 6 years later here, 2014, at the World Team Championships, supported by Zhen No. And so Feng Tianwei, world rank number 7, 27 years of age. Wonderful style, stays close to the table. Sometimes then just slightly drops off the top spin on both sides. Some of her credentials on screen. Lucky enough to watch her in London at the 2012 Olympic Games in the XL Arena in East London, where she won a bronze medal. World Championship quarter-finalist on many occasions. This time here we're in the Team Championships, and it's the semi-final. And Feng Tianwei's opponent from China, world rank number 3, 26-year-old Li Xiaoxia, the current world and Olympic champion, 9 times winner on the World Tour, and 1-time winner of the Grand Tour Finals. That was back in 2007. Look at the CV. Very, very impressive indeed. So, China number 1 seeds for this tournament, Singapore number 5 seeds. They have upset the odds slightly to reach this semi-final. They came through their quarter-final match against an inspired Romania. That was 3-1. China, well, they won Group A very, very simply, didn't lose any matches. They went straight into the quarter-final because they topped Group A. And in their quarter-final then, they defeated Korea DPR 3-0. China yet to lose a match, Adam. It's looking ominous for the field.
Well, there is something good to know that Feng Tianwei is the #1 non-Chinese player in the world rankings right now. World rank number 7, the top 6 spots by Chinese players. And a lot of the Chinese training involves clones, if you will, players that play the style of their opponents. So we'll see how similar the practice partners can be to Feng Tianwei, and if she can pull out some surprises here in this match against Li Xiaoxia. She's going to start with the serve for Singapore, game 1. And she outlasts on the counter loop rally there, punching back and forth, covering the wide forehand. Excellent showing. Nice push deep to the backhand, lifted up a bit long, Feng Tianwei. China in great fashion with the hot pink and the skirts. Looking very sharp.
Interestingly there, Adam, to see, obviously, Liu Xiwen and Chen Meng not being used for this match. So you have the world #1 player, but sorry, you're not playing today.
That does seem odd at this stage in the tournament.
Might be down to styles, maybe. The styles of the Singaporean players has forced Kong Lingwei to make certain decisions. That's good play from Li Xiaoxia. She's off to a great start. Look at the motivation. Same as the men this morning. They really want this.
And this is showtime for China. I mean, this match right here, they know that this is the only team that's really given them a scare recently, so it's a big, important win for them to take right now.
They'll also know, of course, that the Singaporeans have had a good track record here so far at these team championships. I mean, just in terms of these two players' records so far, Feng Tianwei, who plays a wonderful forehand winner there, she's played 10, she's won 10. Of course, played a lot of matches because finishing second in the group, had to play the last 16 match. Apologies, straight into the quarterfinals against Romania that was, but they've had close matches, and therefore Feng Tianwei's had to play more singles. On the other hand, Li Xiaoxia, she has played 4 and won 4. So both players undefeated. Both players tied at 3-3.
And as far as stamina goes, age is pretty similar for both of these. Li Xiaoxia at 26 and Feng Tianwei at 27 years old. We can see them both fighting and running around the backhand whenever they need to.
3-4.
So far, neither player willing to budge or give up any space at the table. We'll see a lot of quick back and forth rallies, a lot of punch balls, quick angular shots. And a very nice cover, deep to the backhand. Li Xiaoxia brings it back wide to the forehand court. It's a very subtle turn there, very quick movement, very short stroke, compact, doesn't get low, put the waist into it too much. Just very quick reaction shots.
4-5.
A very tough receive. Feng losing the third ball opportunity as Li Xiaoxia just punched it off the serve.
Good control over the table there by Feng Tianwei. Nice and solid on the backhand. She'll want to stay close to Li Xiaoxia here. She won't want to give her Chinese opponent any breathing space. That'll drive confidence for Li Xiaoxia if that were to happen. So very important that Feng Tianwei stays very close in terms of the score. Keeps the pressure on. First game crucial. Win the first game, anything can happen. Oh, lucky one off the edge of the bat there from Li Xiaoxia. But she's positive. She's gone round on the backhand corner, gone for the topspin.
And she made her move a little bit early. I think Feng is going to have to see that and take it to the opposite corner whenever she can. A little bit of a risky move early on that serve.
5-7.
Feng has been chasing a little bit this game, starting her serve off down by 2 the last few times. 5-7. Let's see if she can get her forehand wide attack. Nice pressure to the middle with the backhand opener. You can see the uncomfortable reaction of Li Xiaoxia. The shot just wasn't there for her. Great pressure by Feng Tianwei. Beautiful receive right off the bounce, keeping it nice and low, close to the net, and loaded with backspin.
This time it's Feng Tianwei's turn to have a little bit of luck. That was an important point. 9-6 wouldn't have been where she wanted to be, but watch how she goes for that receive. Just clips the top of the net cord and drops over. 1 point in it now. Li Xiaosha 8-7.
And the favors returned on the receive. Feng Tianwei getting it right off the bounce. See on the outside of the ball, keeping it nice and low, close to the net with a little bit of side spin on it too, but it's dumped. Heavy backspin. Feng Tianwei getting her legs into it, really lifting up and just getting some extra wrist action. Too spinny for Li Xiaosha to block, and now Feng has the lead, 9-8.
Oh, what a wonderful ball. Nice sequence there. She may have had that in her mind. That's exactly what she was going to do. Looked like a bit of a float serve. Li Xiaosha spotted it, flicked with the backhand, but she's moved around. Watch how she moves around Feng Tianwei. Wonderful. Strikes the ball in front of her at the top of the bounce. Oh, she plays it beautifully. Trailed 8-6. 5 points in a row. Wins it 11-8.
And the players come back to the table as Feng Tianwei leads 1-0, an outstanding upset start. But Li Xiaosha has Kong Linghui in her corner, so she's got lots of experience and wisdom. We'll see how she starts off game two. Strong serve to win the point outright, the loudest stomp we've heard yet. What a shot! Unbelievable off the rocket backhand that Feng Tianwei hit wide to the backhand, came right back down the line, right here. And by here, I mean here. Look at that ball. Feng Tianwei trying to make the turn. Quick decision by Li Xiaosha to take a 2-point lead at the start. This time the net ball stayed on her side of the table, and now Feng is down 0-3. Nice change of pace. Comes in for the softball, pushes a little bit longer there. Very low trajectory on that push. And Feng's playing very comfortably and confidently. She's not feeling pressure to win the point outright. She's playing smart, changing the pace. Great touch. Very impressive level-headed play right now.
Continue, please. 3-2.
Big finishing forehand by Li Xiaosha. And you could hear the warning from the umpire to get right into the point. Both players need to take a lot of time to think about what they want to do. But at the same time, If they're not going to use a timeout, they do have to continue play.
Oh, what a flick. That's almost like a flick smash. She hits it so hard.
Really, it's amazing that there was any table in the way of that shot. There was almost no back on that. I mean, just maybe an inch or two at the wrist and just popped through it.
Oh, Feng Tianwei did the right thing there. I think that's what she's got to do. She's got to follow up on her serves and be positive. Just didn't expect the Li Xiaoxia block to come back just as quick as it did on that occasion. Builds a 4-point lead here now, Li Xiaoxia serving at 6-2.
Excellent placement, deep on the table on the forehand side, and Feng trying to get over there in a hop to recover. It's too fast and too low. It's a really good sign that we see so much thought before the serve at this point in the game, because it's still very early in this match, only the second game, and they're treating it like it's deuce in the fifth. Every point very, very important for both players right now. Feng Tianwei trailing this game, but still up 1-0. What a backhand, unbelievable power after that rally. Li Xiaoxia showing why she is ranked where she is and how she's done so well in this career. After that rally, pretty good pace, but still puts the finishing power on that last ball.
Look at the way she finishes the stroke. Anybody learning backhand over the table at the moment finishes the stroke by flicking through and completing the shot. Wonderful technique. And she'll be determined to get back into this and get through these games here. She trails 1-0, but the head-to-head record is hugely in favor, Adam, of Li Xiaoxia. These players have met 8 times already, and the head-to-head, 8-0 for Li Xiaoxia.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There is when she's 1-0 up. It's
Absolutely.
the World Championships, anything can happen.
Great start for Feng Tianwei.
Yeah, indeed. Last time they played was in the Pro Tour Grand Finals. It was in London. It was 4-1 to Li Xiaoxia. That was a quarter-final match. Oh!
Look at that ball. Unbelievable reaction, and not only to get a racket on it, but to put it to the exact opposite line. No problem.
So little time in table tennis to react and make decisions, but she did it so well there. Blink of an eye. 6 game points to level at 1-1.
Feng fighting off the first of those 6. Now just 5 left for Li. Excellent over-the-table play. Steps in, gets the ball nice and high, picks a great spot on the table to hit it. Still 4 game points left for Li. After a strong serve into the middle with some nice backspin, still that opening backhand has been very, very threatening. But Li Xiaoxia did not put this one through. 3 game points left. What excellent touch.
Lovely
Such
touch.
a short receive by Feng Tianwei.
Reckless a little bit though from Li Xiaoxia. Oh, and the coach calls timeout. We saw it in both matches, in fact all matches this morning. Chinese coaches, Lu Guliang for the men calling very early timeouts. Kong Lingwei doing the same here. Just as a reminder when things maybe start to slip away, it's been 10-4, now back to 10-8. Just to say, whoa, come on, stay focused. Seen that a lot this week, Adam.
We haven't seen a lot of long, fast serves out of Li Xiaoxia. Not sure if that's maybe because she's seen how well Feng Tianwei's responded to it in the past. In other matches, Feng has had great reaction time to that and been able to pick good placement. If Li Xiaoxia can set up that backhand attack, doesn't need to be much. Maybe it's a half-long serve, maybe it's a short serve to the forehand. Anything she can do to get that shot off.
I love the way the players stand up. They're united, they're one team, they're there supporting there. Chengmeng and Liu Shiwen, either side of Kong Lingwei there. If you are watching this and you want to get in touch, at ITTF World, hashtag TTokyo 2014. Let us know what you're thinking. Feng Chimwei, 8-10. And the timeout's done its trick there, Adam.
Didn't think it was going to end that way, but she's done it. She's pulled it out 11-8, and the score is completely even, 19 points apiece, one game apiece as we go into game 3 in just a minute.
Indeed, 19 points each, as you were saying, Adam, before the break. So we're out